Hello guys, today we'll be learning about this possession and ownership. So what is possession, what is ownership, everything in a simplified nutshell we'll be learning today. So let's understand what is this possession. So possession, and along with it I forgot to tell, possession, kinds of possession, we'll be dealing with modes of acquiring possession, elements of possession, animus possidendi, and then corpus possessions, possession remedies we'll be discussing. Then we'll be going to the ownership. Ownership mein modes of accusation of ownership, then kinds of ownership. Major things which we're going to discuss now. So now let's get started without any further delay. So possession means it's like physical control over something. See, possession and ownership has a lot of different meaning. So I am holding possession, it doesn't mean that I am the owner, right? Like for example, if I'm giving my land for rent, it doesn't mean that the person who stays in my house as rent, that house, they cannot become the owner, right? They can just hold as a possession. So similar way, it could be like a tenancy. That's what an example I gave. Possession is a continuing exercise of a claim to the exclusive use of an object. Okay, now let's see what are the important other components in terms of possession. First one, kinds of possession. We have almost 5 kinds of possession. How many kinds? 5 kinds. First one is called corporal possession, incorporeal possession, immediate possession, mediate possession, and concurrent possession. So starting with once again quick revision on the corporal possession. Corporal possession, which I've already explained, that's about facts, land. Corporal means what? Tangible. Okay, it could be land, car, book, anything like that. Incorporeal means what? It could be like a copyright, it could be like a goodwill, it could be like a patent. Now we also have immediate IMM, immediate possession. That is like a direct possession. Directly you're trying to acquire a possession, that's called as immediate possession. Okay, immediate possession. Then we have mediate possession. It could be like an agent, master servant, a vicarious liability, we learn, somewhat similar to it, somewhat. Immediate possession. Then we have concurrent possession, co-owners possession, co-owners possession. These are different kinds of possession. Once again, quickly, kinds of possession, what? Let me just take you up. First we learn about possession, then we are learning about the kinds of possession. How many kinds? 5 kinds are there. 5 kinds may first is corporal, incorporeal, corporal. I'm repeating once again. Wait, where are you? Yes, I'm here. Corporal, incorporeal, corporal, incorporeal, immediate possession, mediate possession, concurrent possession. 5 kinds of possession. So corporal, something which you can touch, tangible. Incorporeal, something which something which you cannot touch, copyright, patent, and all. And immediate possession, it could be like a direct possession. Mediate possession is something like master-servant relationship. I've already explained this in my previous videos. Go check it out. Master-servant. Concurrent possession is co-owners possession. It's like group of people acquiring a property. For example, group of it could be like a partners or something like that. Co-owners, like there is 2 brothers, co-owners of a particular. This one is called as concurrent possession. Corporal, incorporeal, immediate, mediate, concurrent possession. These are the 5 kinds of possession. Now modes of acquiring possession. So now we have like how you can acquire possession. It could be either by taking, or it could be by delivery, or it could be by operation of law. Now what is this taking? Taking means what? Acquiring without consent. So without consent also you can take. For example, if I'm a landowner, okay, my tenant, his name is Rishi. For example, what he has done, he is basically he didn't pay me rent amount and all. He went somewhere also. Okay, he closed the house. It's been 2 months. He's not come out. So what I'll do, with legally I can go acquire, take all the property which is there inside that room. Now illegally it could be by theft. Illegal also you can try to acquire a possession. Okay, now, even fishing also comes under legal, and illegal, this one, theft also comes under taking. It could be by taking, legal and illegal. Then when we have delivery, it could be like a gift or a loan. Like through gift I'm getting the possession of a land. And by operation of law, by distribution by legal has. So by legal has I'm getting it from my legal has by operation of law. Now once again, taking, delivery, by operation of law, distribution by legal heirs and guardian. Okay, now taking, delivery, operation of law, distribution by legal heirs. These are the 3 kinds of this one. 3 kinds of acquiring the this one possession. Let's look at the next one. Now quickly recap. We learned the kinds of possession. Kinds of possession में क्या था? Corporal, incorporeal, immediate possession, mediate possession, concurrent possession. And ways of mode of acquiring possession: taking, delivery, and then operation of law. Operation of law क्या था? It was by heirs or guardians I'm getting it. Or delivery, it's by gift and loan. And then this one, taking is by legal or illegal. Now let me learn the elements of possession. There are 2 kinds of element. One is corpus possession and animus possidendi. Now what is this corpus possession? Says that de facto physical possession is very important. What is it? Physical possession de facto. De facto, what is de facto? Physical possession is very important. I am holding money. Okay, I am holding money. That's called as corpus. For example, for corpus possession, de facto physical possession is very important. I'm holding out. Now, relationships of possessor to other person, user openly, power to use and hide. Example, gold. For example, like what is this corpus possession? If I tell once again, it's called as de facto. Now, what is it? Physical possession is very important. That means I'm holding something as a physical, through physical way. That is called as corpus possession. Now, it could be like a relationship of possessor to another person. Use openly. For example, gold, or I'm widely using, you openly using it, or it be like a gold. I'm using it, I'm hiding it whenever it's required. It's there in my hand though. It's like I'm using it, I'm holding it, use openly. Relationship of possessor and the person. Relationship of the possessor and the person. Then relationship of possessor with the things possessed. Have some capable relationship after fish entering net. Okay, now for example, a relationship of possessor with the things possessed. Now here it is also different. Yeah, have the things have some capable relationship. For example, after fish entering net, like the fish, for example, I'm putting in the sea, a net, and then all the fishes are coming over there. That could be also like a possession, right? Having some capable relationship over there. Okay, that also it could be that. Or relationship could be next one as well. Lost, difficult to get bird. For example, the bird which I have in my hand, it's been flied away from me. I don't have the possession over there. So there are two important things. So for corpus possession means physical possession is very important. I'm holding money. I'm holding money. Okay, similar way, two kinds of relationship of possessor to the person and relationship of possessor with the things possessed. Two things. Now either you can have in your hand or either you cannot have in your hand. Once again, corpus possession, things, physical possession over a thing. Then relationship of possessor to the persons, first kind. Second kind is called relationship of possessor with the things possessed. Now it could be like use and hide, and here it could be like a something of difficult, lost, or something of which is there in your hand. Okay, that's more about corpus possession. Now, quickly focusing back our attention towards what is this animus possidendi? Animus possidendi means possession of law. Repeated, possession of law. Now, what is this possession of law? We have de jure. De jure. I think it's like somewhat like a French word, yeah. Possession of law. That means that to confirm certain lawful right of the owner. As an owner, I have certain kind of lawful right. That is called as animus possidendi. Penalizing the people who violates it. For example, trespass. In the name of trespass, you enter into land, you have to pay a fine. You are creating a nuisance. Nuisance, if you remember, we have already discussed in my previous negligence also, nuisance also, somewhere we have discussed about it. Go check it out. Trespass and nuisance. To confirm certain lawful right, to penalize the people. Two important characteristics are need not have legal right, need not have specific and particular, this one, rights. Now remember, animus possidendi means de jure. Animus possidendi means de jure. To confine, to confirm certain lawful right of the owner, to penalize the people who violates it. So somebody who violates it shall pay a lawful trespass and nuisance. And characteristics are need not have a legal right, need not have specific or particular this one. Number of fishes, types of wishes. It's very simple as that. Now, for example, need not have a legal right. It's like, for example, you are acquiring, like through theft, you're trying to acquire this thing, okay? And then it's like you don't need to have any kind of lawful object over there, right? Obviously. And need not have specific. Now when you're acquiring fishes also from a pond, it's not like you should know how much count of fishes are there, what are the different types of fishes. That's not important. So animus possidendi means like to confirm certain legal right of the owners. What is the legal right? The legal right. Okay, oh my god, I'm just writing it. Yeah, legal right. Okay, it's gone. Okay, legal right of whom? Legal right of the owner. Okay, so that is very much important. Now we already discussed about the first one, corpus possession, and animus possidendi. Corpus possession means what? Physical possession of a thing. There we discussed about two kinds. One is relationship of possessor to the person. Second one is what? Relationship of the possessor to the things possessed. Now over animus possidendi, two things: possession of the law, possession of the law. Why it is penalizing people? Too important. Need not have legal right, need not have specific and particular. These are the things. Now why these possessory remedies are very important? Can you all discuss why is this possessory rights very much important? Do you guys have any idea? Think. Why do we require these possessory remedies? It's because to maintain peace in a society. To maintain peace in the society, we require all these kind of possessory, we require all these kind of possessions or something like that. To have in a sustainable manner, we require peace in society, to maintain public order, to maintain fair opportunity. Now, possessory remedy means it's basically to protect the owner, and when the possessor or his or losses possession. So we have this possessory remedies is basically to make sure that if I am a possessor and if I have a land, if that land is basically taken by you who does not even have a right, at that point of time, what kind of justification is given to me, why it is required, that is what is basically discussed in terms of possessory remedies. One is it's basically for public peace of society, public order, and fair opportunity. So guys, now that's more about possession. Now I'm going back to the ownership. Now before I go to ownership, let me just quickly take you towards few important concepts of possession again. Just a quick recap. We learn about possession, kinds of possession. Revision is important, yeah. Simply learning does not make sense. That's the reason I'm just making you guys to revise. Uh, Possession, corporal possession, incorporeal possession, immediate possession, mediate possession, concurrent possession. Okay. Then we discussed about modes of acquiring possession: taking, delivery, by operation of law. Now, elements of possession, we have corpus possession, relationship of possessor to the other person, relationship of possessor with the things possessed. Corpus possession, we have two kinds: relationship of the possessor to the person, and relationship of possessor to the things possessed. Two things. Now, after that, we discussed about animus possidendi. As an animus possidendi, how many types? One category: possession of the law. Repeat, possession of the law. And two important characteristics: need not have legal right, need not have exact statistics. Now, possessory remedies to have maintained peace in the society and public order. Let's discuss about this ownership here. After this, it's done. All right, what is ownership? Ownership means it could be even be like a bundle of rights and can transfer it and transfer. So ownership, I can basically transfer it. So basically ownership can be a combination of three important things. Yeah, it could be like a possession also, it could be like an enjoyment also, it could be like a disposition. Don't worry, I'll explain to you. It's like Holland states that a plenary control over an object. So ownership means something I'm acquiring it. Okay, possession means I'm giving it to you. Baba, you hold it. After some time, I'll take it back. आपका नहीं है. Okay, ये मेरा है. So ownership. So now let's me see what are the modes of what modes of accusation of the ownership. Like how you can get the ownership. First one is called original accusation. I'll just take the pen. Oh, when I take the pen, no. Okay, yeah. First one is called modes of this one. What do you call? Original accusation. Original accusation means what do we have, guys? It's an absolute accusation, no owner before. Example, dog. I'm taking a dog, okay, like complete ownership of the dog, I have it with me. So this dog was not belong to someone else before, it was belonging to me. So complete this one, it's like an absolute accusation, no owner before, where there is no owner. So here it's in original accusation we have three kinds of category. One is absolute accusation, extensive accusation, and accessory accusation. Now, what is extensive accusation of owner? It says that after so and so period, someone else's rights get destroyed and acquired. Now, for example, I have 15 years belonging this property. This property shall belong to Mr. A, and then later after 15th year, it will get back to me. That's called as extensive accusation of ownership. Extensive. Absolute accusation, no owner itself before. Extensive accusation, it's for a temporary period. Now, accessory accusation could be like a, for example, there is a land. Okay, just imagine this is the circle is a land, and here we have trees growing up, ting, 1 2 3 4, and now I as the owner, I get land, I get the trees. Now tomorrow if a fruit of mango come out of a tree, still it belong to me. That's called as accessory accusation. So now I have three things in my control: land, tree, and even the mango. That's called as the main important concepts of accusation. Yeah, original accusation, absolute accusation, extensive accusation, accessory accusation. Okay, I hope it's clear for you. Absolute, extensive, accessory. Remember, AEA. I will also put a formula. It's called as AEA. A stands for absolute accusation. Remember the name of a dog. Okay, okay, a dog. Second one is extensive accusation. So temporary period, extensive. Uh, Absolute accusation, extensive accusation, and accessory accusation. It's like a temporary period you're acquiring all. Now next one we have again derivative accusation. What is derivative accusation? Ownership derived from the previous owner. So something which have been derived from the previous owner. Now you are my father. Just imagine your property is coming back to me. Derivative accusation. I'm getting from the inheritance, not inheritance. Yeah, along with it, gift. For example, you are giving your gift in the form of deed. You're giving your land to me. Derivative accusation. I'm getting it. If you're giving also, no problem. I'll give my child. मेरा पूरा address भी send कर दो. So now coming back to the next concept, that's about kinds of ownership. Yeah, done. After this, your entire concept is done. Quickly summarizing what we discussed now, we discussed about ownership, then we discussed about modes of acquiring ownership. One is original accusation. In original accusation, how many times? Absolute accusation, that example of dog. and extensive accusation for a temporary period, and then accessory accusation, I said new things which comes from this one, and derivative accusation we also learn, especially inheritance and gift. Kinds of ownership. So kinds of ownership, again we have corporal, it could be tangible and incorporeal. Tangible, intangible, I've already explained to you. Corporal, tangible, incorporeal, intangible. Now absolute, limited. What is absolute ownership? Complete ownership. I have a complete ownership of that particular place, that's called absolute ownership. Limited ownership, only limited places I have the ownership, that's called limited ownership. Now what is vested ownership? Once again, yeah, corporal, incorporeal, absolute, limited, absolute, limited. And then vested, contingent. Vested, contingent means what? Future. Okay, vested means it's like a complete ownership too, but contingent means future can receive ownership. So future date I can receive that ownership, like after 1 month or after 2 years I'll be getting that, this one land, I can acquire the property, that's called as contingent. Now corporal, I already explained to you. Corporal, something which you can touch, feel. For example, tangible, it could be car, something like that. Corporal, kinds of ownership, first one. Incorporeal, it could be like a land. Absolute means complete ownership of the land I'm getting you. Limited means only for limited period, limited ownership. Vested means what? Complete ownership. Contingent means what? Future date, after 2 to 3 years I'll be getting it. Trust means what? Now guys, if you observe, this is a trust. Okay, in trust we have two kinds of people. One is trustee and beneficiary. Now two owner for this, for him it's made. Okay, now trustees are made for the beneficiaries, right? Now trustees main objective is what? To make sure that the beneficiaries reach his this one for the best, right? So here two owners, two owner for him is made. Now basically it is showing that how even the ownership can also be acquired in terms of trusted beneficiary. Don't worry, upcoming videos will be explained to you, especially this component. But for the timing, just remember trustee ownership. Now this is a trust, we have trustees, we have beneficiaries over here. And the trustees have a right to transfer the ownership even to the beneficiaries. Okay, now what is joint ownership and ownership in common? Joint ownership means there are three owners. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now for example, if he is dead, Mr. A is dead, this is Mr. B and Mr. C. Mr. A is dead, how many people are alive now? B and C. Now it is divided equally among Mr. B and C. It will not go to the heirs of Mr. A. But in ownership in common, what happens? This is Mr. A, Mr. B and Mr. C. Mr. A, if it's done, it will go to his successor, the next person. If it's my father, it will go to me, and then it will divide equally to the other two person. This is the more important concept about possession and ownership. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys learned something. So that's all. Wishing you all the best. Good luck. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. And if you like this video, please to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, thoda. Chalo, bye.